doing? Start the day right. Okay, what is going on? What is going on? A lot is going on. Of course, it's always going on. Every minute, every second, things change. And sometimes it's for the better. Sometimes it is hanging in there. So let's see what's going on. If you want a private reading and you like my readings, next week I have 2 slots left to be filled in for an hour. Your own twin flame reading. And there was a request, and I thought that was a very good one. Years ago, I did a divine feminine and a divine masculine reading, separate, channeled for the divine feminine and channeled for the divine masculine. So from the 5th dimensional realm. So that is what will come up again, you know. I'm going to do a separate divine masculine reading, and I will do a separate divine feminine reading, channelings. Channelings right away from the divine masculine and divine feminine collective. So if you're interested in your own, you know, twin flame reading, go to the description box below. You will find all my details, and you can come in contact with that. Okay? You can come in contact with me, and I will give you a time slot and a date. So I have 2 slots left for next week. So what's going on for the divine masculine in his mind space? When I was meditating yesterday, I heard peel back the layers and see the diamond, you know, see the diamond, see the beauty of the soul. And that's actually what we are doing at the moment. We're not going to look, you know, for the ego. We're going to look behind the ego. What's behind it? What is revealing itself? And sometimes you will be it's a pleasure to discover what is behind it. So, and that's really beautiful. So I have 3 cards here for, wow, that's actually exactly what is going on at the moment. Huh? What I channeled is here in the cards. So I will show you. What is in the divine masculine's mind space at the moment? King. He knows he is the king. He knows he has qualities. He knows that he is able to hold all the energies in balance. That he can protect the divine feminine, that he can take care of her, that he is taking care of his empire. You know, he's taking care of all. So that's really amazing. My coffee here. Yeah, he is integrating the warrior, the magician, the lover, and the king. And that's how he became this king. He became king energy. He is protecting the divine feminine on all levels. Because I feel he missed her. He missed the energy of the divine feminine. And in his heart space, you know, it's like, wow, divine feminine leaving or the divine feminine left. It's just in which context that resonate with you. You have to sort it out for yourself. So when the divine feminine left, or the divine feminine left a gap you know, a gap in his heart. It could be that the divine feminine can't handle the environment anymore, and that's the divine feminine within the divine masculine in his heart space, because of the communication. You know, the communication from the divine masculine towards the divine feminine could make the decision to be able to leave. You know, that's the thing. She left things behind, and when she crossed the ocean, she left an emptiness, and that is what is in the divine masculine's heart space. You know, as soon as that whole thing, the whole situation, what was there, needs to be healed, needs to be unwind. Why? And that's what the divine masculine in his mind space as a king is going to do. What is my tribute to that? Why the divine feminine reacted that way to leave. So all the things, it's not about the blaming anymore towards the divine feminine. It's also now the time for introspection. So what was the deeper layer that she left? What was my part of it? And when I have that part and I acknowledge that part within myself, everything will heal, and the hurt will disappear. So that's what is going on in the heart space that the divine masculine feels about the leaving of the divine feminine. Was it the right communication? Why couldn't we come together? Were there other influences in play? I know that a lot of masculines are under influence of black magic, and you can believe it or not, but that's black magic always fades away. That's why you have the on and off relationships. You know, they put a spell on someone, spell is dissolved, then they break up again, come back together, break up again, because there is no genuine communication here. That's where this is coming in. Divine masculine peels away the layers of the divine feminine. He sees the mask, you know, he sees what she's hiding. And what is hiding, and I have here Aries, I have Aquarius, and I have here the Virgo. So it's not related to it. It's just to see if you are resonating with it. So he is peeling the layers because he sees that the abuse that was for in the divine feminine's surroundings made her, you know, well, close off, maybe not the right, cautious, I hear, cautious. It made her very cautious. She can be on her own, she rules her own thing, but she starts to melt. The more he opens himself to her, the more she starts to open to him. And that's what he's seeing. You know, he is also seeing through the layers that there is this beautiful soul that when he pulls away the layers, he sees the diamond. And bit by bit, she lets go and she lets show herself. So that is what is being seen by the divine masculine towards the divine feminine. And he feels safe with her to be open. He knows that she will not ever, ever use the words against him, what he tells her. If you're vulnerable with someone, and someone is using your vulnerable words against them, you know, that's done. Their trust is gone. So he knows exactly that who he's open towards, you know. And he opens himself, and she can open himself, knowing that they're both safe with each other. You know, that it won't be used against each other. The words won't be against each other. And that is why the Divine Feminine left in the first place. You know, she needs to be safe. She needs to be healed in order to reunite and be in union with her Divine Masculine. So it's a time of letting go. Of old patterns, of old communications, of old things that doesn't serve you anymore. So these last two eclipses were very potent to let go of stuff. You know, it's like I made a contract. I made a whole contract again with all the stuff that I don't want in my life anymore. And I made a new one for myself, what I do want in my life. I cut off all the old contracts to be able to step into a new one. So, and that is what happens, you know, peels off the layers. Sometimes you can be too vulnerable. Not everybody because that's also a thing that vulnerability does, you know. If people knows too much about you, there are in the third dimensional realm people that will use it against you or stop your projects or try to interfere. So that's what is really guarding the Divine Feminine. But with the Divine Masculine, she opens because she knows she is safe with him. He is supporting and guarding her. And like, you know, you also see it in he's guarding still his heart space, you know, with the sword, you know, also is afraid that it will be used against him. Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine within the Divine Masculine knows the light, knows the way where to go. And that is gorgeous. It's really amazing. Connected with the water at the moment, letting go of old things, you know, moving ahead. Being cautious. Being cautious. I hear being cautious. And he is the man that can protect the Divine Feminine. He is absolutely the guy that wants to protect the Divine Feminine. And he shows himself more and more. Divine Feminine, the mind space. She is feeling trapped. She is feeling trapped. And trapped, or in the past there was things she couldn't see, and she felt trapped in the things she couldn't see. Now that her eyes are open, she knows exactly what is happening all around her, what is being done towards her. And divine masculine has no clue of it. That he has no clue, because he is in the same kind of environment. This is a thing that she was stuck. She was stuck in the situation, stuck in the communication, because there was a communication that was indoctrinating her. So she freed herself out of that situation. She freed herself out of that situation. It could be that there is a lot of anxiety going with this. You know, if you're in a toxic relationship, the anxiety is what is being fed on, I hear. And it doesn't matter if the masculine, for instance, has anxiety, and he brings over that energy towards the divine feminine. The divine feminine could feel anxiety, and that keeps that loop going. That keeps that loop going. But now that the divine feminine is aware of that anxiety, that she needs to work on that to turn that around, because that anxiety keeps you in this toxic relationship of you also call it the push and pull, or that's the wrong word. It's keeping control over the situation, because if you create anxiety, your energy goes up right to the roof. And when you calm that down, you know, then you start to relax and you think, oh, everything is okay. And at the moment the divine masculine or the divine feminine says something, and it's abuse, it's a mental abuse, the anxiety comes up again, you know, and then you keep that up and down going, and then you keep somebody trapped in that emotion. So divine feminine discovered it, because she's not blindfolded anymore. She sees what happens. She sees and she knows how it works. So she steps out of that anxiety and leaves the toxic environment behind her. And that's really, really powerful, because in her heart space, she has the power, she has the wand. She knows what she wants, she knows what she can do, she knows she has the protection. She just looks at it and say, okay, no more of this kind of interaction. We're raising our vibration, and we're going to a place where I can feel peace, where I'm protected, where I can shine my light. When I hold myself, doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if I'm in a weak spot, you know, and there is so much going on around me, I know I hold this wand of fire within me, and that flame of love and that flame of light keeps on burning. You know, she knows exactly what is happening in her environment. She probably won't tell, but she sees it through everything. And she knows how to hold her, how to protect her, how to keep her light. And that makes her very, very powerful, makes her very strong. I hear you are who you are. And if you feel safe, you can open yourself. You can show a little bit more of yourself. And I feel divine masculine and divine feminine went through the same process. They went through that same process of heartache, of toxic relationships. And now it's time to let go of that all, step in a new, higher vibration, knowing what your thoughts are, knowing what your emotions are, because that's what you enhance, because what your thoughts are will enhance your emotions. What your emotions are, that is what you will send out into the world. And that is exactly how the divine masculine and divine feminine sees it. So they can, level with that, and they're on that same vibration. So that's really, and they're both powerful. New beginnings in the heart space for the divine feminine. New beginnings. She knows and she sees exactly what happens around her. That other energies also want to influence her, to get her down in her energy. But it's just too powerful. It's just too powerful in her heart space. Because what they don't realize, that the collective, the divine feminine from the collective, has this light, carries that light in the heart space. And in the heart space, there is only that light. Only that if you look at the ego, if you look at all the things that is the exterior, you see totally different things. But what do you see in the heart? Is there a heart? Is there a soul? You have to ask yourself, is there a heart? Is there a soul? Is there compassion? And if you don't discover this, old things and old patterns are coming in. So just look at what you see behind the mask. And that's really amazing. That's really amazing. And the divine feminine holds that space. She really holds that space. No matter what happens around her. Nobody can get her off track. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the communication between the masculine and the feminine is okay. It's perfectly fine. Because they see, divine masculine sees, peeling a little bit by little bit, away the wall that is created to protect herself. And the divine feminine is seeing, a new cup for the divine masculine. His cup is filled. His cup is filled with love. His cup is filled with his own essence. Not what other people give him, but she is focused on what he is giving himself. And that is absolutely gorgeous. That's what I see, absolutely gorgeous, that he takes care of himself. He fills up his own cup. There are so many cups to be filled, but that cup, that one cup that is giving him what he needs, it fills up his well, I hear. It fills up his well. And he don't want to look anymore to the empty cups. He just wants to see his cup be filled. I'm not going to look what's behind me. I'm not going to look in the empty cups in front of me. I see my cup that I get from the universe that will be filled with everything what my heart needs, what my soul needs. he does a very, very good job in that. So that's really amazing what's happening here. It's the loyalty, it's the, and you know, it's time. The Divine Feminine sees, yeah, you know, I see you're waiting. I see you take the time. I see you're doing your thing. And that's perfectly okay with me, you know? Because there is that energy of things starts to blossom. Things starts to blossom. What will support the Divine Masculine? What will support the Divine Feminine? Yeah. Divine Masculine will, your, oops, come on. Your communication towards the Divine Feminine will support you. The Knight of the Swords. You know, how you interact with the Divine Feminine is how she will react to you. You know, if you do the things you, yeah, that's the thing, you know. If you see that the Divine Feminine moves away from you because of the things that you say, then you know that you have to change something within yourself to make it right. And how she reacts on your communication. If you are doing or saying the things that is not in alignment or is toxic, she will remove herself in an instant. This divine knight knows it. The knight of the swords, you know, holding your sword very, very tight, also for the Divine Feminine not to hurt you. And you know, it's almost, the twin flames are just mirroring each other. It's a mirror, you know, of what's happening. And I hear you can put your armor down, because the Divine Feminine won't use it against you. She goes in ease and grace. She's not here to create drama or making people upset. She was always from the heart, from the beginning. She warned you. She said, you know, you need to come from the heart space. You know, if you're not coming from heart, if you're not coming from that light space, you know, there is no space for you in my life. And the Divine Masculine knows this. So he is turning around his energy and want to get her trust again. He wants to get her trust again. And that's what it is. He really wants her to trust him. That's what I hear. He wants her to trust him. Because he also knows, but he also wants to show her all the other things, how he is, to make almost a character sketch, I hear. And she sees through everything. She sees and she analyzes it, and she said, okay, I can do this, I can do that. Maybe there's a little thing of this and maybe there's a little thing of that. But she knows it's coming from the heart space. And he can't win her over just by logic. He knows this. He knows that he only can win her through the heart. What supports the divine feminine? The divine masculine, but also the old man stork. I talked about it in my last video. You know, the divine masculine. She's going within. She's searching for her light. She's searching for her wisdom. She's keeping herself strong for what is coming ahead. She shines that light. She has that wisdom. She is connected. She is protected also by the old universal energies that is holding that space for her. And that light that is within her, that she is shining that outside of her, you know, for everyone who needs it. And now it's time for her to go back within and search within herself instead of going outside, distracting herself with all kinds of things, you know, about other projects, other people. It's now time to go in, let go of things that needs to be let go of. You know, it's exactly the right time. It's autumn, leaves are falling, we're letting go. And she's going within and say, okay, let me see what I can change within myself, you know, not to be a victim of the 3D, not to be a victim of the third dimensional realm. And because most, I don't want to say all of the third dimensional realm, but most what is happening in the third dimensional realm is a toxic energy. You need to look at the people individually to the heart space. And there is a lot of mix up in the general collective of the, but that is all coming to light. You know, we don't have to look at it. You know, divine masculine sees exactly what he has in front of him. And divine feminine is also, I hear, if there is no truth spoken, that is because the divine feminine is shielding herself. The words are different than the emotions, so she shields herself from the toxicity that is around her. So if the masculine opens himself, divine feminine will open herself. It's a vice versa thing. And this is what she's carrying. She carries enough wisdom to go within and search for herself and change that energy within herself. She does a lot of self-healing, you know, a lot of self-healing. So there is a lot of flow that is going around. She's going with that flow. She's going with that light. Not focusing on the dark side. Even if there is darkness around her, she's focusing on the light. And that keeps her going. That is her protection, and that is her strength. So let's see what the universe is saying about this. What is the universe saying about this? Oh, I hear you have to draw 2 more cards. What is the universe saying about the divine feminine and about the divine masculine together? Oh, I have 3 cards. So that's message. Ah, wow, 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 wow. So this is a confirmation about the dark magic. That there is magic be done on the divine masculine, that there is magic be done on the divine feminine to keep them in separation. Wow, here he is. Seeking the higher truth. You know, discernment, and there is a better path. Let the authority go. Let go of people that come in with authority, that comes in with wanting to take control over a situation, wanting to take control over you, wanting to take control over everything in your surroundings. Seeking the higher truth. And the divine feminine sees it. Divine feminine knows that this is going on. She is not blindfolded anymore. She opens her eyes and she sees it right in the face. She sees what is happening. That other people want to take over. That other people want to have the authority over other people. And putting energies on that. And that has all to do with a past life. You know, it all has to do with a past life. So she is aware of it and she knows how to protect herself from it. So if this is still going on in your life, you know, you can ask for support to break those codes, to break those spells. Because it's time for breaking those spells. And it's sometimes they can't do it on their own because they're too weak. They're too weak to get those spells out. So they need more energy. So they take all other people out and tell the story and believe that they believe their story to work with that energy to work against somebody else. So it's this fire serpent that is doing its work. And well, we all know that that energy will return to them. You know, they can't reach you because my collective is from that higher vibration. No, it is not able to reach you. Know that it will go through a lower frequency and it will go back to them. You know, karma is existing. So even if you don't, you know, even if you don't believe in it. So, so it has to do with past life, cultural experience. It's behind you. It's restored. So you know already that you restore that energy, that energy is behind you. Divine Masculine doesn't know about it. Divine Masculine, and if he knows, he's just as guilty. You know, if he knows that there is black magic be done on the Divine Feminine, then he's just as guilty because he needs to protect his Divine Feminine. So that's what is happening. You know, there is this energy going on. And it doesn't have to do with anything, because it will return. It will return. You know, we have that beautiful song about this. And it's a past life, and it's in the past. You know, it's probably something from the past life that is returning, coming in now, and now it's time to say, ending the contract and move on. And that's what the Divine Feminine already did with the eclipses. You know, she used the eclipse to cut out all that energy. But the universe is saying, this is going on. This was going on. You know, also on the Divine Masculine. It's not just on the Divine Feminine. because they don't want that those two are coming together, because they will be too powerful. Light body. Independence, bring comfort, and let go of the past restrictions. Ancestral healing is now at play. So the ancestors did do their work to help you through it. You're independent, and that brings you the comfort that you need. You know, and not taking sides, not taking sides of the dark, not taking side of the lower frequencies, but staying independent and believe in your own light, believe in your own truth, believe in your own system. And the past restrictions that are put onto you are gone, because the divine masculine find out that the divine feminine is operating from her heart space. And if she is hiding the truth from the divine masculine, it's a protection for herself. It's a protection for herself, because she doesn't want to go the way it went. Now she is out in the open. She shows herself, but she's already discovered. She's out in the open. She showed herself, but she's already discovered. She's discovered by the divine masculine. So things are going to shift, I hear. Things are going to shift. Make a radical shift. Let's see what's going on. In this. And it's the collective that is under influence of this. It's the collective that is under influence of this. Yeah, it all has to do with the family. It all has to do with the family. It has to do with fear and the family bond. Because they want to disconnect and interrupt in the family bond, in the family strength. Very powerful, this reading. It's very powerful. It shows everything what needs to be done and what needs to be known. It's trying to interrupt to become into union, because the union is already made. The union is already made. The union is already there. And now it's just, you know, how can I interfere in that family system? How can I wiggle in to that family? But the mask is already off, the mask is already seen. So there is a huge protection on that. Huge protection, because the ancestors are involved in this case. The ancestors are involved in this case. And the dog, the loyalty of the divine masculine, of the divine feminine, is always there. You know, the loyalty towards each other is always there. Messenger, serious energy. You are bringing harmony and balance, divine masculine. You, Divine Masculine, is bringing harmony and balance in the Divine Feminine's life. And that's the Sirius energy. Connecting with Sirius, connecting with that energy brings the balance and the harmony in the Divine Feminine's life. But also, he wants to have balance and harmony in his life. He wants to come with open hands, open heart, and saying, no, I'm not working with destructive energies anymore. I'm done with working with destructive energies. If destructive energies are here, I'm out. I'm the fuck out. And that's what I said. Then the anxiety comes up with the Divine Feminine, isn't able to do it herself, so she needs some other people around her to protect herself, or to do, you know. And that's not the Divine Feminine, that's the distorted feminine that needs black magic or whatever kind of magic it is. If it's not coming from the light, it's dark. It's not coming from the heart, it's dark. And star bathing for the Divine Feminine. Your light body, you're walking the crystal grid, transmutation and activation. You get activated, you changing the light body, you're changing the crystal grid of the earth. You're in transmission. There is a huge shift going to be made for the Divine Feminine when the light is coming in. You know, we're having the light here that is coming in from after the solar eclipse. You know, there is a huge balance because of the Libra energy, and she is taking all that energy, all that light, and brings it into the grid, brings it all over the world. She is bathing in the starlight that is keeping her protected in all times, I hear. So that's really beautiful. Lost cards. Lost card. And I hear the love for the Divine Feminine is just growing and growing. The light for the and the love, the light and the love for the Divine Feminine is just growing. For the Divine Masculine, forgiveness. And the Divine Feminine, emergence. So the Divine Masculine is going within and looking for forgiveness within himself, and looking for forgiveness from the Divine Feminine. What do you need to forgive? See the bigger picture, trust and heal for the Divine Masculine. So look what you need to heal, and you need to look on your back. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, you need to look on your back. What's behind you is behind you. But you need to look for hooks. You need to look for things that are still, you know, pulling you back on those hooks, on those energetic cords. You know, it's very important for the Divine Masculine to cut those cords. You know, otherwise they keep on pulling on your strings. Divine Feminine is constantly cutting her cords, so she is free from all the energies that are trying to hook into her, and then sending forgiveness through those cords. And what the Divine Masculine needs to do is the same, you know. And you can cut it here on your front body, but don't forget the back of your body, because they hook you in, they hook into your wings, they hook into everything that you got. You know, I also hear your kidneys, you know, Divine Masculine. Look after your kidneys. Drink a lot of water, you know, clean and pure water. will clear it all out. Also work with water, you know, cleanse yourself, because you're in a space that still is hooked into. And every time there is another hook, is another hook, is another hook. And it's building up. And it's done by distorted energies. You know, it's done by what is not light. You know, it presents itself as light, but it's not light. And that's what you need to take care of, you know, and be aware of. Divine feminine emergence, you know, celebrate sensuality, joy. You have right to enjoy yourself, and truly living. So there is now a time for you to live your life, to open up, to do the things that you want to do. You know, the cocoon time is over. You're spreading your wings and you're going to fly. You know, immerse yourself. Connect with the sun energy. Connect with the joy. Even if there are other things happening in your life. Even if there are other things happening in your life, you need to let go, you know, and live your own life next to it, because that's possible. We all know that it's possible to live your life next to what is happening in this world, what is happening in your surroundings. Of course, it will influence some of your life, but it can't be taken over your whole life. So that's what I see. Keep that light, keep that starlight coming into you. I see the divine masculine is protecting the divine feminine, is protecting his family, is protecting the divine feminine, what is coming towards her, what is heading for her. He is giving healing. Divine feminine goes within, searching for her light, seeing everything, hold her life against the life that is in the third dimensional realm, but keeping her light, keeping herself strong. New projects are coming in, new things are coming for her, shedding the light, sending the light and the love towards the divine masculine, seeing that he is opening up, and that he and she is opening up towards each other. And that brings in a new dynamic, a new love, a new energy that holds that container for the family life. And that is holding that container for everyone in it, that the family is protected and guarded for everything that's going on, because that's what is happening at the moment. This is what's happening at the moment. So this is for the collective. If you want your private reading, you know, this is what we can go on for this week. You know that you are protected, that you're seeing the things that you need to know, and we're all there, you know, and enter that beautiful starlight within yourself to move forward, you know, to move forward. And yeah, hold your sword. Yeah, where is it? Hold your sword. Divine feminine, divine masculine within. You know, it's all happening within yourself. Keep the balance between the masculine and the feminine within yourself. You see everything happening. You see how it works. You see what is going on. And you can prepare yourself for that. So all the love, all the blessings, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.